Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting by the fire and by the pool, and I just wanted to come on here to talk because I've been contemplating, especially since I have so much free time now, just contemplating my behaviors, my actions, and things like that. And I've come to the conclusion that I just want to feel love. And it doesn't even have to be in a romantic sense. It could be platonic, it could be familiar, but I feel like I've just been cutting myself off from so much love over the past 5 years. And I've had this conversation with myself so many different times, but the difference between the times that I've had it before and now is that I feel like I'm finally fed up with the cycle, fed up enough to want to surrender and to change. And I think if you're someone like me, and many people have gone through this, but if you're someone like me who has just been hurt before, felt betrayed, and you have a hard time letting go of things, I feel like sometimes you start to tell yourself a certain story, or you start to spin a certain narrative about how you're not lovable, or people leave you, or you're not worthy of certain things. And if you tell yourself that enough, it becomes a part of your identity. And I feel like that's been a part of my identity for so long, to the point where I close up and I don't want to open up to people. And then I start not only spinning a narrative about myself and about the love that I do deserve or don't deserve, but then I start telling a narrative about other people that might not be true. Oh, this person is using me, or this person doesn't deserve my presence, or doesn't deserve this or that. And I think there's a fine line between protecting your energy and, again, closing yourself off to the world. And I feel like I've just been walking that line so much, to the point where, like I said before, I'm just I'm closed off. I'm not having certain experiences. I'm assuming things before they're even true. I'm manifesting and actualizing things into existence that I tell myself I don't want, but energetically I'm vibrating on that frequency or that energy. And these are all so many different buzzwords, and I'm rolling my eyes saying this, but it's really just true. And I have been sulking for the past few days and kind of just taking everything in. But I got up today at 5-6 p.m. and I told myself my mantras for the day, and one of my mantras is something cool, exciting, and unexpected is going to happen to you today. And so I came to sit down here by the pool, and there was a mom with her son. He's 1 year old, and he's so cute. And he literally was so friendly. He came up and gave me high fives and hugs and blew kisses at me. And I'm just wow, isn't it so funny how the moment you just surrender and you open yourself up to the things that you truly want and the ways that you really want to feel, it's it happens, and it happens so fast. And I ended up having a conversation with the mom, and I'm just anytime I meet a mother, I always ask them what's it like being a mom, because I don't have kids. And the responses that I get are different. Some are honest, some say oh, it's ghetto, some say it's the best thing ever, and this and that. But just hearing her talk about her son too, and talking about the unconditional love, and just how she feels and how she has to be considerate of him and how much she loves him too, was I feel another way for me to receive love. We're all, I feel connected in that sense. And I really enjoy when I feel like this, because I feel when I open myself up in this way, I just get so much pleasure out of other people's happiness and other people's experience. And I can tell as much as she needed that conversation and wanted to talk about her experience, I needed to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just beautiful, and it was unexpected, and something that, again, I didn't think was going to happen to me today. But it just goes to show I really think a lot of us are just looking for love. And this is something that I want to, deep down, my actions don't always align with this, I know, but deep down, this is something that I want to remember, and something that I want to tell myself, is that all of us are really just looking to feel love and to be loved in some form or fashion. And despite the hard exterior, and despite the negativity, and despite all of the bad things that are going on, really a lot of us are just trying to find peace and love and enjoyment in our own lives. And I'm starting to realize that. And with myself too, I look back on some of the ways that I've been acting and some of the things that I've done to people or have said to people. And it was all just a cover up of trying to have like this hard exterior, like this I don't need anybody disposition, when really it's like I wanted to feel seen and loved and heard. And I've been saying this so much lately, but it just becomes more and more true. And I think I posted on my Instagram too a couple of days ago about vulnerability. And I used to think that like being vulnerable was like, how much do I tell people? How much do I let people in? How much of myself am I giving to others? That's what vulnerability is. And I don't even know where I got that from. It's just something that I assumed or that was conditioned to me. But now I'm starting to understand that vulnerability is literally your willingness to open up in terms of like connecting with others, in terms of experiences. And that's vulnerability for me. I'm not even saying that that's the for sure definition, but for me, I'm understanding that vulnerability isn't just like how much I tell people or what secrets I share or what information people know about me, but it's literally like, how much am I willing to open up to other people? Like, how much am I willing to connect with others and to soften up and to just open up to the possibility of connecting with others? Like, it doesn't have to be end all be all. People don't need to be like my best friend, ride or die till death do us part. Like, not every interaction needs to be like that in order for it to be a moment of vulnerability. And I really want to lean into that because we're losing connection. Like I said, so many of us are really just searching for like connection and to be seen and felt and loved. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so I feel like I want to give not only myself grace, but I want to give myself grace so that I can extend it to other people, because this world is like harsh and it's not forgiving. And I've seen it. And I feel like I've been very lucky and blessed to have not experienced like a lot of the hardships that a lot of other people experience. But there's a moment in time where I've let myself harden up, and I've almost let this world like just take me under and let me be really rough and mean and like dark. And it's honestly for no reason, because I don't want to be like that. So just being able to like find new language and find new definitions of like love and vulnerability is like really crucial to me right now. So yeah, I don't know. I just felt like talking about this and like making this video because maybe somebody needed to hear it. And I know that I'm going to go back and like probably watch this at some point or another. So I know that I'll need to hear it not only now, but like in the future. But if you've been feeling this way, like try saying a mantra to yourself. I know it sounds corny. Like I wouldn't even call myself like an affirmation person, but I've found that like saying things verbally out loud or just telling myself like I'm open to love, I'm open to receiving, I'm open to connecting with others literally brings that experience to me in so many different ways. And it feels so good. It feels much better than like being closed off and being angry and being upset and feeling like dejected, you know, even if that's not the reality. It's like feeling that way does feel like some form of a reality. So I encourage you, if you're feeling how I'm feeling, to open up and connect with somebody. Like, you never know what's going to happen. And that's what I've been telling myself in the back of my head, instead of like forcing my energy to be in a way in which I make things the same, or I make things like just be how they've always been. Now I just want to switch and do a 180 and relax enough to allow things to be different and to be okay with things being different, and to let go of like past experiences and not let things that have happened in the past dictate my present and my future. Like, I don't want to keep doing that anymore. It's exhausting. So yeah, that's where I am, guys. This is a very vulnerable video for me to make, but again, I just want to make it, and I just want to open up, and I want to like find my people, and I want to connect with others. So that's where we are. So thank you guys for watching. If you feel the same way, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye.